There you go. We're going to start with coincidences. Lesson A. Hello, Adriana. Adriana Diaz.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right, lesson A, coincidences. What do you see in the picture?
Two girls are wearing the same dress.
Yeah, is that a coincidence?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Is that a happy coincidence?
Yes.
It
Ladies.
seems.
They
I
look
don't think
happy.
so. I don't think so.
But they look happy.
Oh,
They
yes.
look happy. Would this be a happy coincidence to you?
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Yes,
happy.
yes.
All right. Now, what do you see in the picture?
Boy,
Maybe you, when you were younger.
No, it's not me. No, it's not me. But there is a picture of a guy, yes, in front of a monument. And we have another picture over here.
okay.
What is it's a girl.
Oh, it's the same monument.
It's the same monument.
monument.
What's the coincidence?
They both travel to
The
the same
place.
city.
No,
Oh. They're in the same place at the
They
same
are
time.
in the same
Oh.
at the
place.
same
Yes.
time, at the same
At
place.
the same place, at the same time. Are
the
they
same
friends?
photo.
Do you think they are friends right now?
No, I don't think so.
No,
They're
No.
too separate.
No.
They met and married
Wow.
11 years later.
Wow.
Is
Wow.
it true? Is it true?
Yes.
Is that true? Oh,
Yes, that's true.
wow.
Now that is a coincidence.
Yes.
That is a coincidence,
That's
yes.
a coincidence.
What do you think
really.
about coincidences?
Mm,
They
Yeah.
get surprises.
yeah.
Some of them are good and some of them not.
That's right. Some are good and some are not. What about this picture? Is there a coincidence?
It can be possible. So they are, you can see the name of a singer. It's a singer, Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the name of a singer.
Oh. I didn't notice. I was like, okay, two trucks.
And the rabbit and the cat are the same. Looks the same.
Yeah, the rabbit and the
Oh,
cat.
like,
Oh, they are so cute.
so cute, really.
Have you seen, heard, or witnessed a coincidence?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Like a Pepe Le Pew and the animal.
What?
Pepe Le Pew is a cat and I don't know how do you
Pepe
say
Le Pew,
zorrillo.
yes.
How do you say zorrillo?
Skunk.
Looks like a, he looks like a skunk, but it isn't a skunk, it's a cat.
Okay.
It's a coincidence.
Or yeah, coincidence. What about this
Yes.
picture? Is it a coincidence?
I only see a guy like walking.
What's the
Maybe.
coincidence? You don't see nothing?
The lines.
What about now?
No?
Yeah, the
Ah,
line.
Oh,
The lines in his shirt.
yes.
Yes.
Hello,
The
Antonio. How are
color.
you, mister?
Gray and white. And the coincidence.
Hello, teacher. Good
Hello,
night,
mister.
everybody.
Hi,
His
hello,
class is
my
full,
friend.
Mr. Jesus.
There you go.
Hello,
Now,
Adri.
Hello. Hello, Toñito.
Hello.
This is a
Ah,
Hello, Mari
coincidence.
Carmen.
Hello, Antonio. How are you?
oh my
Fine.
gosh. Adriana Diaz, do you know Antonio?
Yes,
Yes.
we work at the same time for 2 years.
Is that a
Yes.
coincidence?
Oh,
Yes.
that's a coincidence.
Yes, it's a coincidence.
Yes, at the
Yes.
same school. At
Yes.
the same school.
All right. Tell us about a coincidence you've seen or had.
Oh,
When I was in high school, we had a party and when we graduated, and one of my classmates had the same dress.
Oh, wow.
But I was really mad because
I can imagine.
imagine it was, it was a nice dress and I had the same one. And we weren't like many classmates, like, oh, you can.
We're only a few. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
we were only a few girls, so I didn't like it, but at the end, I didn't care about it. So I just enjoy my party.
That was good. That was the best thing to do. Anybody else?
Yeah, it happened to me too.
Yeah. What happened?
I was in a conference and there was a woman who was wearing the same dress as me. And I was like, oh my God, really? Like the same dress and in the same place? Well, yeah, I don't care. I mean, I didn't care at the end.
Okay, that's good. That's the best thing to do.
Yes.
I think. I mean, when it happens to me, I really don't think nothing of it.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't happen with men.
Well,
Okay.
you always wear the same suit and it's all of them are color black. So
Yeah, and I always
it
look like
doesn't matter. Yes.
I always look like Chris Evans. So I don't know.
Yes. Yes. that's
All right. Now, more coincidences.
Yes. Yes.
What are the most common coincidences?
The color. Okay. What are
Um,
the most
I think about clothes.
Clothing, yes.
Yeah.
What else?
clothing, colors in clothing, yes.
Yeah, colors in clothing. Is that it?
Maybe when you are at the same place with the person that you know.
Uh-huh. What do you mean at the same place? Like right now with Adriana Diaz and Antonio?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
When you guys come to the same place, but you don't come together, right? You come separately
Exactly.
and you
Mhm.
run into a friend.
Exactly.
All right, good. Is there another type of coincidence? There are plenty. Let's look at the story of two people. All right, we have two stories, two separate stories. What we have to do is listen to the story and check the coincidence. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced an amazing coincidence? Emma Rivers.
Oh, yeah. I think life is full of coincidences. I remember one time I had just met my husband-to-be and we hadn't known each other long. Well, he was showing me photos of an old friend that he hadn't seen or spoken to in years. A college friend who'd moved to Spain, Jerry. Anyway, there we were, looking at these photos when the phone rang. And you'll never believe it. It was his friend Jerry. He just called out of the blue.
Glenn Hutt.
Actually, yeah. One thing that sticks in my mind is years ago, I was out in the Australian outback, driving through the desert. One night, I had set up camp and was cooking, and this van appeared out of nowhere with two guys in it. It was nice to have company because I hadn't spoken to anyone in days. I'd got on this trip by myself, you see. Well, it turned out one of them had graduated from the same college I did. Small world, huh?
Were you able to listen to the audio okay?
Yeah. Everything's
Yes.
perfect.
Very good.
Have you ever
Who had Emma recently met?
Her boyfriend. Sentiment.
He had met his I'm sorry, her husband.
Mhm.
Her husband.
Yes,
Yeah.
a future husband.
And what coincidence did she experience?
They were looking through the pictures and he was showing her his best friend or something, and then the friend called, the same friend that they were talking to or talking about, he called.
All right, that's nice. What about the other story? Where did Glenn go?
He went-
Same school.
In the same job, in the same company, yeah?
No, but
Glenn?
he was camping. I don't remember the
They
place, but
went to
he
the
was
camping?
camping.
Yes,
No, he
but-
was all alone camping, and then two guys arrived, and suddenly in a van they arrived, and it looks that one of them studying the same college that guy, that Glenn.
Okay.
So it wasn't his friend. It was a stranger.
Yes, it was a stranger. Yes, they arrived
right.
suddenly.
You want to listen again?
Yeah.
All right, listen.
If
Yes,
you want
please.
to.
Have you ever experienced an amazing coincidence? Emma Rivers.
Oh, yeah, I think life is full of coincidences. I remember one time I had just met my husband-to-be and we hadn't known each other long. Well, he was showing me photos of an old friend that he hadn't seen or spoken to in years. A college friend who'd moved to Spain, Jerry. Anyway, there we were, looking at these photos when the phone rang, and you'll never believe it. It was his friend Jerry. He just called out of the blue.
Glenn Hutt.
Actually, yeah. One thing that sticks in my mind is years ago, I was out in the Australian outback, driving through the desert. One night, I had set up camp and was cooking, and this van appeared out of nowhere with two guys in it. It was nice to have company because I hadn't spoken to anyone in days. I'd got on this trip by myself, you see. Well, it turned out one of them had graduated from the same college I did. Small world, huh?
I'm sorry. So who had Emma recently met?
The friend of his husband, just in pictures.
She had been seen or watched the pictures, the friends pictures, and at the same time, the people boy call phone in the cell phone sound, and it's the same person. She was watching the photo about her husband after that. I think so. Something like
Okay.
this.
And what about Glenn? Where did Glenn go?
Go to Australia.
He went to
Australian alpaca,
travel in the
something like
desert.
that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alpaca, yes.
And what experience, what coincidence did he experience?
The thing that I said,
He
he was
met a
alone.
gay who was graduated in the same college.
All right. Now I'll show you the dialogue. Please listen and read at the same time. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Have you ever experienced an amazing coincidence? Emma Rivers.
Oh, yeah, I think life is full of coincidences. I remember one time I had just met my husband-to-be and we hadn't known each other long. Well, he was showing me photos of an old friend that he hadn't seen or spoken to in years. A college friend who'd moved to Spain, Jerry. Anyway, there we were, looking at these photos when the phone rang, and you'll never believe it. It was his friend Jerry. He just called out of the blue.
Glenn Hutt.
Actually, yeah. One thing that sticks in my mind is years ago, I was out in the Australian outback, driving through the desert. One night, I had set up camp and was cooking, and this van appeared out of nowhere with two guys in it. It was nice to have company because I hadn't spoken to anyone in days. I'd got on this trip by myself, you see. Well, it turned out one of them had graduated from the same college I did. Small world, huh?
There. Now the question.
Have you
Who had Emma recently met?
Her husband.
Her husband to be.
Husband to be, right? Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, her husband to be. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Hold on a second. And what experience did she, I'm sorry, what coincidence did she experience?
That he was looking in some photos about a guy, a friend of his husband to be, and Then suddenly he called, well, the phone rang and it was Jerry, the friend that they were talking about.
Yes, looking at these photos, when the phone rang and it was Jerry. That's a coincidence, correct?
Mhm.
What about Glenn Hutt? Where did Glenn go?
To the Australian outback.
Yeah, the Australian outback. And what coincidence did he experience?
Well, some guys
Yeah.
here where he was
They have
at.
graduated.
He met
Uh,
two guys. One
out
of
of
them
nowhere.
had
Yeah.
graduated from the same college.
Yes. 8 to 9 from some college.
There you go. That's a coincidence. Very good, guys. Now, let's take a look at the next activity. What do you think about their stories?
Well, yes, there are coincidences.
Have you ever experienced anything like it?
Yes, more or less.
Have you ever heard of anything similar?
Not to be honest.
No, but I've experienced something.
Good.
No.
Now let's complete these answers and let's use the anecdotes to complete them. Number one, what did Emma find out about Jerry? The answer, he
He has.
He moved.
He moved
He
to
moved to
Spain.
Spain
he
years
moved.
ago.
He moved.
He moved.
He
What
moved to
about
Spain.
number two?
And
Were Emma's husband and Jerry close? Yes, but
Yes.
they were.
They
Didn't talk?
didn't talk. Didn't talk. I'm sorry. Talk. What about number three? Why was Glenn alone?
He went on the trip by himself.
Mhm.
Why was Glenn happy to have company?
He hasn't seen
Because
No,
He
because
has-
he hasn't
Because he
spoke.
hadn't spoken to
Hasn't-
anyone.
Hasn't spoke,
Spoken.
yes.
Spoken.
Spoken.
Yes.
Yeah, he hasn't spoken.
He hasn't spoken.
He
He
hadn't.
hadn't spoken.
hadn't spoken.
Hadn't spoken to
Hadn't
anyone.
spoken.
Hadn't. All right, now let's look at the story. Yeah, first number one, Emma's story. Okay, what did Emma find out about Jerry? The story, what's the answer?
He
Moved?
moved.
No.
Who had moved.
He
Moved. Would.
He had moved.
moved.
Had moved. Had moved.
had moved.
Had moved.
He had
Had
moved.
moved.
There you go. Yes?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next, number two. Were Emma's husband and Jerry close? Yes, but
Yes. They hadn't seen or spoken.
they hadn't seen or spoken. There. Very good. That's the answer. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hadn't seen or spoken to in years. There you go. Number three. Why was Glenn alone? Now let's take a look at Glenn's story. That's Glenn's story. Why was Glenn alone? Because he
had gone.
had gone.
Had gone.
And why was Glenn happy to have company?
He hadn't spoken, it's correct.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
correct. Hadn't spoken to
gone.
anyone in days.
Hadn't spoken. Very
I
good.
spoken to anyone in that.
That's right. Do you have any questions, guys?
No.
Oh, what are we working with?
Past perfect, right?
That's perfect.
Past perfect.
Past perfect. The past perfect tense. So it is used for the past action already finished when another past action happened. All right, we're going to check this. For the past action that started in the past and continued up to a given time in the past. The first example over here. After the film had started, we arrived. Here we have two tenses. The film had started. We arrived.
All right.
Next example. I had never seen for 5 days. Now we have a period of time. But let's take a look at the timeline. We have the timeline, past, present, and future. Today is not Tuesday. Today is Monday, right? No, today is Tuesday.
No,
No,
today is
it's
Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday, yes.
Today is Tuesday. So I had a meeting last Monday, yesterday, at 8 o'clock in the morning. But my arrival time was 8:15. Yes, so I was there late. So the meeting had already started
When you arrive.
by the time I arrived. Good?
Yes.
All right, very good. So here we have the simple past and the past perfect. The past perfect, we can say, is the past of the past. More examples. I went there after I had completed the task. We have simple past, I went, and past perfect, I had completed. My father and mother had been married
Past perfect.
for 2 years when I was
Simple
born.
past. Where to be.
Yeah, the simple past of being. And the last example, he had never spoken English
Past perfect.
until he went to England.
Simple past.
Simple past. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
And once again, we have the simple past and we have the past perfect.
Over.
The past perfect, use the past perfect to talk about things that happened before an event in the past. This is Glenn's story. I had set up camp and was cooking, and this van appeared out of nowhere. So he's telling a story. The story is that he was cooking and this van appeared. So what is this?
I had set up. This is in
It was
Past perfect, right?
past perfect.
It's the past perfect. So what is number one in the story? Number one, number two, and number three.
Okay, the first thing
The
that
first is
happened,
past.
it was had set up. Then he was cooking, and then the van appeared.
At the same time,
Mm,
appear
sure.
in the van.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
3 events in the story at the same time. In the past.
the past perfect is often used to give explanations or reasons why things happen. It was nice to have company because I hadn't spoken to anyone in days.
Mhm.
So here we have the past perfect. And here I have the simple past. It was nice. Okay.
yes.
Questions. Had you gone by yourself? Yes, I had. Or if the answer is negative, no, I hadn't.
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 The other story, what's the other story? Emma's story. I had just met my husband to be And he was showing me photos when the phone rang. There, so I had just met. He was showing me photos. The phone rang. One more time.
Again.
What's number 2, 1, 2, and 3?
Number 1, I had just met.
Number 2,
He was
He was
showing
showing
and number
the
3,
phone
the phone
the
rang.
phone
rang.
rang.
Good. The past perfect is often used to give explanations or reasons why things happened. Jerry was a college friend that he hadn't seen in years. He'd moved to Spain. Also, this can be seen as background. Or a little context. Yeah?
Yes.
Entra.
Questions. Had they been in touch? No, they hadn't.
No, they haven't.
Where had he moved to? To Spain.
Spain.
A little activity. Complete the sentences using past perfect tense. The fire
Had already reached.
Had already.
Already reached.
had already reached. Diana, can you please type it?
Yeah,
Please.
sure.
Number 2. Joe Smith went to prison because he
Had stolen.
had stolen.
Stolen.
Adriana Diaz, can you please type number 2?
Yes, of course.
Number 3. Helen went to bed after she
Has
Had watched.
had watched. Leonardo, can you type number 3, please? All right. Who's doing number 3? Thank you, mister.
Okay.
Number 4. My
My
father bought the
bought a new pen after he had tried it a few times.
Can you type it, please, Mari Carmen?
Yes.
Number 5.
Number 5. By the time someone went to the party, everyone has begun dancing. Okay.
Had begun.
Yes,
Begun.
Monica. Can you type it, Monica, please?
Yes, by the time Sonia got to the party, everyone had begun dancing.
Patty Guillen, can you please type number 6?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Patty Guillen, number 6. David Rodriguez, can you type number 7, please?
Okay. There was a lot of snow outside because it had.
Alicia, can you type number 8, please?
Yes, teacher.
Adriana Martinez, can you help me with number 9, please?
Yes.
Antonio, can you please help me with number 10, please?
Sure.
All right, so number one had already reached. To number 7. David Rodriguez, can you do number 7, please?
He say that he doesn't have internet.
Oh my goodness.
Had a problem with internet.
Okay, let me see. Who's missing?
Angie, David,
Angie?
Ajax.
No, they're not here. Diane, can you help me with number 7, please?
Yes, I'm wrote in the chat. How is new?
Ah, it's not like that. Hold on. Diana, can you please?
It's regular, isn't it? Snow.
It's regular, yes.
It's regular.
It's regular. Are you working on it, Diane? Yeah, okay. Let's check out real quick. Number 1 had already reached. Good. Number 2 had stolen. Number 3 had watched. Number 4 had tried. Number 5 had begun. No, Diane, we can't see it. You need to click your mouse out of the box. There you go.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I have a mistake. It had begun. It's not begun.
Yeah.
With you.
Participle.
With
Sorry.
you, that's right. With you, there you go. Had begun. Let's take care of this one. Had snowed, very good. Had eaten, hadn't studied. Yes, hadn't studied, had left, and had broken. Perfect. Why are they all in past perfect? Do you know? Why is every single sentence in past perfect?
Because of, maybe it could be because of the complement. For example, in the first one, we have by the time the firemen arrive. So that's the action that happened after. So
yeah, so this is event number
after,
1.
Yes.
And this is number 2, right?
Yeah.
What about number 2?
Joe Smith went to prison and because he had stolen a lot of money.
Number 3?
And then went to bed after.
She had
And
watched.
this is the past perfect.
Number 4?
My father bought
father
a
bought,
car and he had tried it a few times.
5?
Sonia got to the party.
Sonia got to the party and everyone had begun.
Number 6?
Lorenzo had eaten and I opened the fridge.
All right, and so forth, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are there any questions?
No.
No, okay, let me see. David is having problems with his internet connection.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
For example, in the number 1, we wrote, look, somebody had left the windows open.
Number 9, you
Why
mean?
do I know that? Yeah, no, simply because I don't know if it's correct to say somebody left the window open.
Actually, you're correct. I didn't go all the way through. So I stopped the number 6 and I didn't check the rest, but yes, you are correct. Number 9 is not in past perfect.
It was only left.
Yes, it's
Somebody
only left.
the windows open.
Somebody
It was
left.
the tricky one, right?
Yeah, that was a tricky
Yes.
one. Good catch, Adriana. Thank
Okay.
you.
So in this case, I have past perfect is always together with simple past.
Yes, or as a context. But we'll check that a couple of examples in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Right, we don't need to do this. I think this is the one I would like you guys to work on. Let's work in teams. Everybody's going to work with a teammate and complete these activities. There are 2 slides. You have to decide what to use, simple past or past perfect. And we're going to do number 1 together. Okay, you can read the context. We have the subject, the crew, the verb is inspect, and the context is the site long before they start filming. One of them is in simple past and the other one is in past perfect. We need to decide which one is in simple past. So we need to decide what is the most recent event.
Can we do it alone? Just kidding.
What? Can you repeat that?
Can we do it alone?
Actually,
No.
all right, there you go. I wanted, if somebody wants an example, let's do this. The crew inspect the site before they start filming. What is activity number 1? What is activity number 2?
The
The
first thing that
crew
happened is inspect.
That's
Then
number
they-
1.
Yes.
And number 2,
Yeah.
activity number 2.
Start.
They
start
had
filming.
started filming.
No, they started. They
They
started.
started.
Yes, they
The
start.
crew had inspected
Okay. Yes.
The crew
site.
had inspected. Yes.
Started. They started.
site long before they started filming.
They started. There you go.
Mhm.
Remember, the most recent event is simple past.
Mhm.
Yes.
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 And the oldest event is the past perfect. Another one, let's do number 2, okay?
Yes.
The director cast Sonia Silva, even though she never act. Okay? Now we have the 2 activities. Activity 1 is cast. Cast is to choose an actor and never act. What is activity number 1? What is event number 1?
Never
Never act.
Never an act.
And activity number 2 or event number 2?
Cast.
Cast. Okay. Once again, what is simple past and what is past perfect?
The number 2.
Number 1 is past.
Casted.
Past
The
perfect.
director casted
Past
Sonia
perfect.
Silva.
Past perfect.
And cast is
And
past.
Yeah, never
Simple
act.
past.
Actually, I
Yes.
didn't catch you.
The
Number 1 is
Is past perfect.
past perfect.
This is past
Uh-huh.
perfect.
And
And
number
this
2,
is
simple
simple
past.
past.
In that case, the director
casted.
Casted.
Cast.
casted Sonia
And
Silva, even though
she had never
Has-
act.
Had
Has
never
I
never
never
act.
act.
Has never act.
had never
Act.
Act.
acted. Okay, is that better?
Mhm. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Let's go in teams, please.
Okay.
Can it be alone?
No. Uh-oh.
I agree with him.
You agree with him?
Yeah, come on, teacher. This is easy.
Hold on a second. Do it in pairs. All right, let's go, guys. Let's have 2 minutes for this.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, you check your answers. All right. Your classmates will be here in a minute, so go ahead and compare what you guys have. Compare your answers. No, you don't want to?
Yes.
Yeah, to make sure if we are right.
Okay.
You have to be confident that you are right.
Yes, there you go. That's a good opinion.
We
I-
were confused on number 3.
On number 3?
Yes.
All right, so let's see. Number 1. Inspected the site long before they.
Oh, I didn't see number 8
Yeah, the number
to
8.
11. Sorry.
10, 11.
I thought it was just one page.
Number 2.
Asked it. Had never asked it.
Number 3. We saw that the designers
Had already
Had
prepared.
already
Prepared.
Yes, had already prepared.
And then the second one is began.
Before the actors began
Began.
arriving.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Number 4. With Sonia.
Read.
Read her lines. It was obvious that
She had memorized them.
she had memorized them thoroughly.
How do you pronounce thoroughly?
Thoroughly.
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 Yes.
That's
Number
hard.
5.
They had
They had
decided.
They decided.
Decide.
Yes.
Yeah. They decided and then
yeah.
Okay.
had gone.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 6.
By the time they filmed and had been written.
Number 7.
Where
and had hired.
had hired.
All right. Are there any questions?
No,
No?
not yet.
You get all of them correct?
Yay.
No.
I
Incorrect.
All right. Are there any doubts? No? It's better now?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's go for the next slide. Number 8.
Didn't work. The cameras didn't work because the cameraman hadn't plugged.
Didn't work because the cameraman hadn't.
Is the camera?
Yes.
Hadn't plugged. All right. Number 9.
They
Tried.
They tried and had already learned.
The press
Had already
learned.
Had already learned about it.
Learned about it. Number 10.
Had spoken.
Sonia spoke. Spoke English well.
Spoke.
Spoken. Spoken English.
Should have
Spoke.
had spoken English.
Spoke English well. It was apparent that she hadn't understood.
She hadn't understood.
She hadn't understood the director's instructions.
By the time the movie opened,
It had opened.
not opened, the reviewers had declared
Had declared.
it a smash hit.
There it is. There you go. All right. That's very good, guys. Now, the real one. The very good exercise for you. This was a warm up. Now, it's a good one, and it will be individually. It will be this
I can't hear
Sorry,
you,
teacher. Yes, we can hear you. There's someone with the microphone open and
It's okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
better.
All right. Oh, sorry. Now, this is going to be a better one. It's a better exercise. This will be individually. Complete the stories with either the simple past or past perfect. Sometimes both are possible. Okay. How long do you want? 2 minutes? 2.5?
3 because I write very slow, please.
Does everybody agree? 3 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
Yes.
3 minutes. So,
3 minutes.
I think that's enough.
A ver, ¿dónde está? Ay, espérame.
Okay.
Sorry, we can listen to you, teacher. Someone has the microphone open.
No, it's
Yes.
not that. My microphone is a little sensitive. So we're not going nowhere. We're going to stay here in this session. All you have to do is just turn your microphones off and start working.
Okay.
But if you like, I can send you the screenshot of this page, okay?
Yes, please.
Please, that will be better, please.
What happened with the slide? Where is it?
I think the teacher is gonna send it to us.
Oh, yes, in the WhatsApp group. It's the same.
I got it, thanks.
Yes.
All right, let's have 3 minutes, okay? Have
Thanks.
fun, guys. How are you guys doing? Are you
I'm
finished?
thinking number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah.
1 more minute, 2 more minutes. Excellent. Go ahead. Very good.
I finished.
All right. How are you guys doing?
Ready? Done.
Yeah, very good. All right. Are you is everybody almost finished? You're going to go in sessions and you're going to compare your answers with your classmates. Yes, guys?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right, good. So let me check the groups. All right, go ahead. Compare your answers, please. You have only 1 minute to compare. Hi, guys.
Hi. This
Were
one
you
was
able?
hard.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
This one was hard.
It was hard?
Yes,
For
it
me.
was.
For me.
For me too.
Not hard, but a little bit more difficult.
Confused.
Yes, that's the point.
Confused. That's the correct
It was
answer.
confusing.
We have some
Yeah,
differences.
Yes, that's good. That's good to hear. So what you're going to look for is where's the starting point? When do you start? So for that, you look at the context, you look at the background, you look at everything that the information is giving you. For example, in number 1, the question is, have you ever been talking about someone and then they got in touch with you? Do you know the meaning of this? You're thinking about someone and get in touch with you means they call you. Yes, okay, that's what it is. And the answer is yes. The answer says yeah. In fact, last week, that's our starting point. Everything that happened last week will be simple
Simple
past.
past.
And anything before that will be past perfect.
Okay.
So
Before the last week? Or what do you
Yeah.
mean?
yeah, anything before last week would
It's gonna
be
be
past perfect.
Okay.
Yes. So I was talking about a friend who I
Hadn't spoken
Hadn't
Oh,
spoken.
it's gonna be hadn't spoken.
hadn't
spoken.
spoken. Yes, hadn't
Okay.
spoken. Hadn't spoken. There you go. We continue with the story. In a long time. I think he
Had changed.
Changed.
Change.
Only change.
Yes,
I don't
simple
know.
past,
Simple
no?
past.
When did this happen? Did it happen on that week or before
No.
that week?
Before that week.
It's before that week. And what
Yes.
tense do we use for before that week?
Past perfect.
Past perfect.
That's perfect.
Had
Which would be
changed.
had changed.
Had change.
Okay, got it.
Yes. His
Yes.
cell phone and he
Didn't
Hadn't
Didn't give.
Didn't give.
didn't
Yeah.
not
Oh.
give.
No.
Did this happen on this week or
No.
before that week?
Before that
Before.
week.
Before
Hadn't
that week.
given.
Hadn't given.
Hadn't.
Hadn't given.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter that in the same sentence we have past perfect, in this case had changed, and then his cell phone and he didn't give me the number. That wouldn't be the correct answer.
Let me give you let's open a widescreen and a little timeline.
Yes.
So we have the timeline, we have the past, the present, and the future. So this is the present. Of course, we have the future, but we're not working with the future right now. We're working with the past. Now, in this story, we're working with the answer, not the question.
Mhm.
The answer is an open question or a yes, no question in present perfect. The answer, however, is talking about a story. And in this story, we have different events. We have the not speaking, we have the changing the number, not giving the number, texting somebody, running into somebody, deciding something, and being something. All of these events happen in different times, but they all happened in the past because we're listening to a story. Yes, somebody's story about the answer to the question. The question, have you ever been talking about someone and then they got in touch with you? Yes. In fact, last week, here I have the starting point. Last week is where I start my story. Last week. So that will be right here. Last week. And anything
That's when they
before
met,
that,
right?
nope. That's when he was talking. Last week I was talking.
Is
Yeah.
that the most recently event, no? Last week?
Last week
Exactly.
I was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yeah.
And anything that happened before that, we can use the past perfect.
Okay.
Now, the instructions tell us sometimes both answers are possible. Now, what about this one that we have right on hand? Oh, wow. I think he changed. Can that be simple past too? Yeah, you think so?
No.
Yes.
Maybe yes.
Yes,
yeah,
I
I
think.
would change. My
Maybe
answer
yes.
was change.
Because
Yes.
I don't know how will that cover in our situation. The changing event, is that a fast quick event or is that a progressive event?
That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question. So it depends
Yes,
on
because
on how you see it.
Yeah.
How do you see the changing? For example, I change my phone and I grab another one. It's a one-time event,
No.
a very fast event, or is an event that takes a long period of time,
an event that takes a long period.
right? Yes. And if this event is still true, when we're talking about last week, then you can use the simple past.
Okay.
But
Okay,
to make it, yeah.
If the changing phones happen at the same time as they were talking, so we can use simple past in that case.
Yes, if they happen at the same time, yes. But
Okay.
this didn't happen at the same time.
Yeah, of course.
Because he says, I hadn't spoken. I think he changed the number is something that happened before that, previous to that week.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
because that
yeah.
person didn't know. Okay.
And then he changed the number and he hadn't given me the number.
Okay.
Is that something that happened on that week or something that happened before that week?
Well,
Before.
before.
Before that
There
week.
you go. So it's past perfect, hadn't
That's
given.
perfect.
Mhm.
All right. Good so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next. Anyway, he
Text.
when did this happen?
Simple past.
Did this
Simple
happen
past, yes.
in that week?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it happened on that week. So it's
Texted.
simple past.
Simple
Texted.
past.
Simple past.
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're not convinced, Diana?
Yeah, I am.
All right, good. So-
I actually have texted.
Okay, good. He texted me out of the blue because he
Had run.
Had run.
Had run. All right. Is this correct, guys? Had
Run into, right?
No, it's
It's run
with
into.
a
Had run into.
had run
It's
into.
run.
Into.
Sí.
Oh,
No,
is with an A?
No, A is past and past participle
Past
is run
participle
too.
is run.
Is with you. Yes.
Yeah, with you.
Yeah, this is the past participle of run.
The
Had
past
run
simple
into.
is with A, run.
Yes, the past simple is with A, but this is not past simple. This is past participle.
Participle.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right, guys. So had run into my brother at a restaurant and they were talking about me. So he
Decided.
Decided, right?
decided.
Simple past.
So this happened in this week.
Yes.
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 All right. So he
To get in
decided.
touch.
He decided to get in touch. It
It was.
Was.
Great.
Wow.
It was great.
All right. Something, well, yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Talking about this. No, I think it's perfect. Everything is good. Are there any questions?
No, no.
No.
But everything's clear now.
Mhm.
All right. It's okay. Let's leave it like that. Let's do number 2. Have you ever been thinking about someone and then you've run into them? Not really, but I experienced another coincidence recently. I
Went.
to the post office because we
Got.
Got.
I couldn't have gotten.
Yeah.
in this one you can use both.
Yeah, actually I have both because I was a little bit confused.
Had gotten someone else's mail. It
That happened.
Had happened
happened.
before.
That happened. This is past perfect. Happened.
Yeah.
Before 3 or 4 times. So anyway, I was waiting in line and I
Started.
Started.
Talking.
talking to this guy who
Came.
right after me. He was there because he
Didn't receive.
Didn't receive.
Hadn't.
Received. I have
Hadn't.
hadn't received.
Okay.
hadn't received. I'm sorry, I misspelled it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hadn't received some of his mail. So I
asked.
You don't know a Mr. Ling, do you? And he said, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's me.
I couldn't believe it. I
had his mail.
I had his mail. There you go. Very good.
There is no chance we can put had, right?
No, because on this is not about the past. Oh my gosh.
This is a simple past. No, as
This is the in the post office. Where is the post office? I went.
Okay,
to the
because
post
that
office.
happened at that moment, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. Thanks.
There you go. All right. Are there any other questions, guys?
No.
Oh, good. Let's go for number 3. Have you ever met anyone with the same birthday as you? Actually, on my last birthday, my friend
Decided
to take me to this restaurant that she
had gone
with some friends. I
I had heard
about it,
but I
hadn't had
Didn't have.
hadn't
Or hadn't
had.
I had a chance
Hadn't had.
to go there.
Anyway,
We showed.
we showed. Finally.
What?
Finally, I have everything correct.
Very good. Are there any other questions?
No.
No?
I understand now, teacher. I understand. Okay.
Guys, Antonio, David, Adriana, Alicia, Patty.
Yeah, it's okay, teacher.
It's okay, I got it now.
Are we doing good?
More practice.
Yes, this is a good practice.
Yeah, this was good. Now we have, no, we don't. Do you, I'm gonna erase everything, okay?
Yes.
Tell me when you're ready, mister. Now can I erase everything?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Okay, it is 8:59. Do you have 5 minutes or you don't?
I do.
Yes.
All right, the last activity that would be nice for you guys to do is to ask and answer the same questions. The same questions as the activity, but only the questions. Questions 1, 2, and 3 are here. Have you ever been talking about someone and then they got in touch with you? Have you ever been thinking about someone and then you've run into them? Have you ever met anyone with the same birthday as you? Can you do this in 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right. Let's go in sessions and I'll send you the slide in a second, okay? There you go. Go ahead. Let's go.
Do we only have to share opinions, right?
Yeah, only answer the questions.
Okay.
Teacher, sorry, I had problem with my internet. What activity?
I'm gonna send this screen. sessions and ask and answer the questions with your classmates, only for a couple of minutes.